Looking at Yemen on a map of the Arabian Peninsula is like looking at a geopolitical paradox. Here, nestled at the southern tip of a landmass synonymous with unimaginable wealth, lies a nation of starkly different fortunes. To its north and east, sprawling deserts give way to glittering cityscapes, towers of glass and steel that pierce the heavens, symbols of an economic power fueled by the vast reserves of oil that lie beneath the sands. These are lands of abundance, where water flows freely and the future seems paved with gold. Yet here in Yemen, the story is one of profound contrast. This is a land of ancient mountains and deep-rooted traditions, a place where history is etched into the very soil. But it is also a land wrestling with immense hardship. While its neighbors build monuments to modernity, Yemen struggles for the most basic of necessities. It is a world away from the gleaming shopping malls and extravagant lifestyles just across the border, a pocket of scarcity surrounded by a sea of opulence. This juxtaposition is the heart of Yemen's story. It is a narrative of survival against overwhelming odds, of a people whose resilience is as enduring as the mountains that define their homeland. How can such disparity exist in such close proximity? To understand this, we must journey into this extraordinary land to witness not only its struggles but also the incredible, enduring spirit of its people and the breathtaking beauty of a civilization that has weathered the ages. In the grand tapestry of the Arabian Peninsula, Yemen is an anomaly, a thread woven from a different, tougher fiber. While its neighbors to the north and east have harnessed the earth's buried energy to construct realms of staggering wealth, Yemen remains anchored to a more elemental existence. Here, the currency is not oil, but water, and it is a currency in desperately short supply. The daily quest for this life-giving liquid defines the rhythm of existence for millions. It is a relentless, arduous task that begins at dawn and often ends long after dusk. The visible wealth of the Gulf, a spectacle of modern engineering and limitless ambition, seems a distant mirage from the vantage point of a Yemeni village. There are no gleaming towers here, no rivers of traffic on 8-lane highways. Instead, the landscape is one of parched earth and terraced mountainsides, a testament to generations of agricultural toil. The humanitarian crisis that has gripped this land is not an abstract concept, it is a palpable reality, etched onto the faces of its children and felt in the gnawing hunger of an empty stomach. Survival here is a communal effort, a delicate dance of interdependence. Neighbors share what little they have, a handful of grain, a bucket of water drawn from a near-empty well. This is the stark reality that confronts a vast portion of the population. The struggle is not for luxury, but for life itself. The contrast with the opulence of Saudi Arabia or the United Arab Emirates could not be more profound. It is a division measured not just in miles, but in lifespans, in opportunities, in the very definition of a normal day. Across the invisible line that separates these nations, life unfolds in parallel universes. In one, water is a decorative element, cascading down the walls of air-conditioned malls. In Yemen, a woman might walk for hours under a punishing sun, her back bent under the weight of jerry cans to bring water to her family. This single, vital resource highlights the chasm that separates these neighboring worlds. The disparity is a geological and political riddle, a cruel twist of fate. Yet amidst this landscape of want, an extraordinary spirit endures. The Yemeni people possess a resilience that is as formidable as the ancient mountains that cradle their homes. It is a strength born not of wealth or power, but of an unyielding will to survive. This is not a population defined by victimhood, but by a quiet, powerful dignity. the smiles of children playing amidst the dust, the generosity of a family sharing their meager meal, these are acts of defiance against despair. Their connection to the land is primordial. The terraced farms that cling to impossibly steep slopes are not just agricultural plots, they are heirlooms, carved from the rock by ancestors and tended with a devotion that transcends mere sustenance. This is a relationship built over millennia, a deep understanding of the earth's rhythms and a respect for its fragility. It is this bond that has allowed them to endure when all else has failed. In the markets, the pulse of Yemeni life beats strong. Here, amidst the vibrant colors of spices and textiles, the echoes of a rich mercantile past can still be heard. This was once a crossroads of civilizations, a vital link in the ancient incense trade. That history of commerce and connection has imbued the people with a shrewdness and a warmth that persists even now. In the face of unimaginable adversity, the human spirit, in its most tenacious and beautiful form, continues to shine. There are places on earth that seem to be born of legend, and the old city of Sana'a is one such marvel. For over 1,000 years, it has stood as a jewel of Arabia, a labyrinth of narrow alleyways and soaring tower houses that seem to defy gravity. To wander its streets is to step into a living storybook, where every corner turned reveals a new wonder, a new testament to the genius of its builders. The architecture is unique in all the world, a forest of earthen towers decorated with intricate white gypsum plaster. These are not mere buildings, they are vertical homes, rising 6, 7, even 8 stories high, each a self-contained world for an extended family. The lower floors, built of dark stone, were traditionally for storage and livestock, while the upper levels, made of fired brick and mud, house the living quarters. The windows, framed with delicate patterns, are like eyes gazing out over the city. From a distance, the effect is breathtaking, as if a baker had crafted an entire city from gingerbread, dusting it with powdered sugar. But this ancient beauty is profoundly fragile. The very materials that give Sana'a its unique character, mud, brick and wood, are vulnerable to the ravages of time and weather. More recently, the tremors of conflict have shaken its foundations, both literally and figuratively. Neglect, born of crisis, has become as great an enemy as any physical threat. The intricate systems of maintenance passed down through generations have broken down. Water, the eternal adversary of earthen construction, now seeps unchecked into ancient walls. Heavy rains, no longer channeled away by well-maintained gutters, saturate the mud brick structures, weakening them from within. The result is a slow, heartbreaking collapse. A wall crumbles here, a roof gives way there. With each collapse, a piece of irreplaceable history vanishes forever, turning from a home into a pile of dust and rubble. The city is slowly being unmade. The loss is immeasurable. Each fallen house was not just a structure, but a repository of memories, a home that had sheltered families for centuries. The unique stained glass windows, known as camarilla, which once cast kaleidoscopic patterns of light onto interior walls, now lie shattered in the debris. The skills of the master builders, the secrets of mixing the mud and carving the wood, are also at risk of being lost as the generation that holds this knowledge dwindles. Walking through the city today is an experience of poignant beauty and imminent loss. One can still marvel at the majesty of the remaining towers, their facades a canvas of geometric artistry. The scent of spices still wafts from market stalls, and the call to prayer still echoes through the winding lanes. The life of the city continues, a testament to the resilience of its inhabitants who carry on their daily routines in the shadow of their magnificent yet crumbling heritage. Yet, the danger is ever present. A building that has stood for centuries could be gone tomorrow. The residents live with this constant, quiet anxiety. They are the custodians of a world heritage, yet they lack the resources to protect it. Sana'a's legendary status hangs in the balance, a treasure of human civilization at risk of dissolving back into the earth from which it was so ingeniously raised. Its collapse is not just a local tragedy, but a loss for all humanity. Long before the world knew of Dubai or Manhattan, another city was already scraping the sky. In the vast, sun-scorched expanse of the Hadramaut Valley rises the extraordinary city of Shibam. It is a sight that, honestly, kind of defies belief. An urban fortress of mud-brick skyscrapers erupting from the desert floor. Often called the Manhattan of the desert, this comparison, while evocative, just doesn't do justice to Shibam's unique genius. This is not an imitation of modernity, but an ancient precursor to it. These are the oldest skyscrapers in the world, some reaching over 100 feet into the air. For centuries, this dense cluster of high-rise apartment buildings has stood as a monument to human ingenuity and adaptation. The city was designed for defense. Its towering, contiguous walls created a formidable bastion against raiding Bedouin tribes. The narrow streets below were cast in shadow, providing relief from the blistering desert sun. It is a masterpiece of sustainable urban planning, conceived long before the term even existed. The construction of these towers is a marvel in itself. They are built entirely from mud bricks, a mixture of earth, hay and water, baked hard by the sun. This simple material, when used with sophisticated engineering knowledge passed down through generations, creates structures of incredible strength and longevity. The walls are thick at the base and taper as they rise, distributing the immense weight. The outer layers are regularly refreshed with new layers of mud, a constant process of renewal that is essential for the city's survival. Life within these towers is communal and vertical. Families occupy different floors, connected by internal staircases. At times, bridges were even built between the upper floors of adjacent buildings, creating a network of elevated pathways that allowed residents, particularly women, to move about the city without descending to the street level. It was a city within a city, a complex, interconnected social ecosystem suspended between the desert floor and the sky. But like Sana'a, this ancient wonder faces a precarious future. Shibam is engaged in a constant battle against the elements. The very same seasonal floods that enrich the valley's soil can be catastrophic for the city's mud brick foundations. A single powerful flood can undermine the base of a tower that has stood for 500 years, causing it to lean, crack, and eventually collapse. The maintenance required is relentless and costly. The human threats are just as severe. The economic hardship gripping Yemen means that many families can no longer afford the constant upkeep. The traditional knowledge of the master builders is fading, and the younger generations, facing a desperate lack of opportunity, are often forced to seek their fortunes elsewhere. The delicate cycle of maintenance and renewal, which has kept the city alive for centuries, is breaking down. To see Shibam today is to witness a living miracle on the brink. The morning sun still bathes its earthen towers in a golden light, creating a scene of almost surreal beauty. The city still hums with life, a community clinging to its ancestral home. Yet the signs of decay are visible to a discerning eye. Shibam stands as a powerful symbol of Yemen's past glory and its present challenges, a vertical city built from the desert earth, now threatened with being reclaimed by it. In Yemen, poverty and beauty exist side by side, a testament to resilience in the face of adversity. The crumbling towers of Sana'a and the majestic skyscrapers of Shibam are not just relics of a bygone era. They are the homes of a people who continue to live their lives with a profound sense of history and place. They are the custodians of a fragile legacy, caught between a glorious past and an uncertain future. The challenges they face are immense, a daily struggle against forces both natural and man-made. The story of Yemen is not simply one of crisis. It is also one of breathtaking landscapes and architectural wonders that rival any on Earth. It is a story of human ingenuity, of creating towering cities from the very dust of the desert. It is the story of agricultural terraces that climb to the heavens, a testament to a timeless bond between people and their land. This is the beauty that endures, the spirit that cannot be extinguished by hardship. To look at Yemen is to see the enduring strength of the human spirit. It is to witness a culture that has, for millennia, navigated one of the world's most challenging environments and created from it a civilization of unique and spectacular beauty. In the quiet dignity of its people, in the defiant splendor of its ancient cities, and in the rugged grandeur of its mountains, Yemen offers a powerful lesson in survival, a story of how life, in its most tenacious form, finds a way not just to endure, but to create wonder.